Let's go Commanders! Starting another news roundup here on the channel with more updates on the Washington Commanders. This is Charles speaking with you. Welcome. Let's dive into another fast, objective, and highly updated rundown of our team. If you're new here, subscribe, daily videos to keep you up to date, and support the channel by hitting the like button. That like really motivates me to keep this channel going. Here's the deal. Kliff Kingsbury is staying on as the Commanders' offensive coordinator for the next season. Ever since Washington was eliminated from the playoffs, there were plenty of rumors about Kingsbury possibly leaving to take a head coaching job elsewhere. The New Orleans Saints were one of the top contenders, and it seemed like he might be on his way out. But according to Fox Sports NFL insider Jordan Schultz, Kingsbury has decided to stay and continue working alongside quarterback Jayden Daniels. And that, my friends, is excellent news for Washington. Kingsbury's offense was outstanding this season, exceeding all expectations and proving that this team can compete at a high level. Few expected such rapid development, but the partnership between Kingsbury and Daniels has been a huge success, and keeping the offensive coordinator could be a crucial factor in the team's growth in 2025. Now, speaking of the Saints, things over there aren't looking great. If Kingsbury turned down the offer and chose to remain a coordinator in Washington, that says a lot about the state of the New Orleans franchise. They're struggling to attract top coaching talent, which could be a long-term issue for them. Interestingly, Kingsbury's decision shouldn't come as a big surprise. In a recent interview with ESPN's John Keim before the wild card round, Kingsbury revealed that Washington reignited his love for football after his difficult departure from the Arizona Cardinals. He feels valued in the organization and believes in the project being built. Of course, staying now doesn't mean he'll be in Washington forever. If Kingsbury continues to develop as an offensive coordinator and helps Jayden Daniels become one of the league's top quarterbacks, sooner or later, he'll get another head coaching offer. And if that opportunity doesn't come with the Commanders, he might leave. For now, the reality is that Washington came out as the big winner in this situation. With Kingsbury leading the offense and Daniels developing quickly, the team has everything it needs to enter the 2025 season even stronger. Do you like that Kingsbury is staying? Do you think he can take the offense to an even higher level? Moving on to the updates. Trey Hendrickson, pass rusher for the Cincinnati Bengals, is one of the biggest names available on the market and could be a potential trade target for Washington. After their playoff elimination, the Commanders have already started planning for next season. With a massive amount of cap space, nearly $100 million, the franchise is in a great position to make major moves this offseason. While the draft remains an option, one way to address the pass rush issue is to trade for Trey Hendrickson, who led the NFL in sacks in 2024 with 17.5. What could help Washington in this negotiation? The player himself has already expressed frustration with Cincinnati. Hendrickson even requested a trade before last season, and now the Bengals might finally be willing to move him. At 30 years old, he's still playing at an elite level and could be the perfect addition to bring aggression and experience to the Commanders' defense. His current contract has a $16 million salary for 2025, but according to Spotrac, his market value for an extension is around $44.9 million over 2 years. If Washington wants to make a move, they could offer a sign-in trade deal, securing Hendrickson with a 2-year, $50 million extension. To make this happen, the Commanders would likely need to send second and third-round draft picks to the Bengals, probably in the 2025 draft. However, Washington might try to spread those picks between 2025 and 2026 to reduce the immediate draft impact. The Commanders urgently need a defensive upgrade, and Hendrickson could become a key piece in their pass rush. But at the same time, the front office must carefully evaluate whether this trade aligns with the team's long-term strategy. If the goal is to compete seriously in 2025 and push hard for the playoffs, Hendrickson could be the missing piece to elevate the defense and help the Commanders make a significant leap in the NFC. What do you think? Would you make this trade? Do you believe Hendrickson is the right player to transform Washington's defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, to wrap up the updates, the big name on the radar is T. Higgins, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals, who could be one of Washington's top targets in free agency. The Washington Commanders exceeded all expectations in 2024, reaching the NFC Championship game. No one expected them to go that far, but with Jaden Daniels' spectacular rookie season, Washington proved it can compete at a high level. Now, the front office knows they're very close to seriously contending for a Super Bowl, and the mission this offseason is to bring in key players to make the team even stronger. Among the team's top priorities are bolstering the offensive line to protect Daniels, adding an elite pass rusher for the defense, and acquiring a high-level wide receiver to create a dynamic duo with Terry McLaurin. And that's exactly where T. Higgins comes in. A recent analysis from Pro Football Focus listed Washington as a strong candidate to land T. Higgins in free agency. The Bengals wide receiver has legitimate WR1 talent and could form a deadly duo with McLaurin. Imagine Jaden Daniels having two elite targets to work with. In 2024, Higgins played only 12 games, but still managed 73 receptions, 911 yards, and 10 touchdowns. That shows the kind of impact he can have in a well-structured offense. If the Commanders manage to sign him, the offense could look like this: Jaden Daniels leading the way, Terry McLaurin as WR1A, T. Higgins as WR1B, and Brian Robinson Jr. as the primary running back. With that arsenal, Washington's offense would have everything needed to be one of the most dangerous in the NFL. Now, the big question is how much Washington would need to invest to bring in T. Higgins. Currently, Higgins is projected to receive a contract in the range of $20 to $25 million per year. A high price, but potentially well worth it for a team aiming to compete for a Super Bowl. With nearly $100 million in cap space, the Commanders have room to make a big move without jeopardizing the franchise's future. What could complicate this deal is that the Bengals might use the franchise tag on Higgins, making it harder for him to leave. But if he does hit the open market, Washington could be one of the top contenders to sign him. The big question for Commanders fans: should the team go all in on Higgins? If the goal is to take the next step and seriously push for a Super Bowl, he could be the missing piece to turn this offense into an unstoppable machine. But at the same time, the team must consider whether it makes more sense to invest in a wide receiver or focus on strengthening other areas like the offensive line or defense. What do you think? Should Washington go all in for Higgins? Or would it be smarter to invest elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments. All right, Commanders Nation, did you enjoy the video? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It's super important to keep us together. Thanks for everything, and let's go Commanders!